Hello everybody, you're with Tom and Fern. I'm Tom.
I'm Fern.
And with us today are, introduce yourself gentlemen.
Nick Nichols.
Ryan Chikoski, Sarasota County Fire Department.
All right, yeah, I was going to say one of them is a firefighter and one of them is an ex-NFL player, right?
Never ex. You're always a football player if you're a nose guard.
I covered Nick my first year covering the Bucks back in 1991. He was a part of that famed front four. Yeah. I forgot what the nickname was, but Richard Williamson was the head coach. You remember any memories about that? You guys went 3-13 that year.
3-13, but in defense of our defense, we were up in the top three in defense and had a great team. The record didn't reflect it, but I was also just very lucky to have Floyd Peters as a coordinator, right. Sergeant Rock, and great guy, taught me a lot. But enjoyed playing there. It was close to my home, and a lot of Florida State fans, so it was enjoyable.
Right. Yeah, you have a Sarasota connection. Tell us a little about that.
I came to Sarasota my first recruit trip when I was in high school. I came down to Sarasota and with Paul Paraski, and the Paraski boys being from here, several of them playing at Florida State. It was either stay in a dorm room by myself or come down to Sarasota, and I came down and haven't left yet.
I remember Floyd Peters. He used to sit outside blowing the butts from his cigarettes just by himself with his leg crossed, one after the other.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't look healthy, but he was a heck of a defensive coordinator. He knew his stuff.
He was a great coordinator, and he played 13 years as a nose guard, so he and I shared a lot of views on things, but he was a piece of work, yes.
He was.
Right. So you were drafted by the Jets, right?
I was actually drafted by the Raiders in the second round, and I woke up the next morning and I was with the Jets through a trade through the Denver Broncos, and I didn't care. I wanted to play for the Raiders. I'd always been fascinated by the silver and black, but woke up and Joe Walton was taking over for Richard. As I forget the coach's name, and he called me and he said, "Welcome to New York." And I go, "Is it blue or green?" And he said, "You're a New York Jet." So ended up going there.
All right. So before we get to the order of the day, I just wanted one thing. You were tell us about the Eager Beaver in the Jets locker room.
The Eager Beaver is, and people love to tell that story or talk about it. Pete Carroll, when he came on to be our defensive coordinator, wanted to create morale, and he wanted everybody to force fumbles and create, offensive point gathering. So he always said, hit the ball out, cause fumbles, create fumbles, and when you did, you got this little. It was supposed to be a beaver, but it was a stuffed squirrel, and it was malnutrition stuffed squirrel. So I got it the first week, and being the personality that I have, I made little polo shorts for it, and shirts, and sunglasses, and siesta key wear, and I hung it in the locker so all of the reporters would come in, and I lockered right next to Mark Gastineau. So I held it most of the year, and people love to talk about why the beaver was there.
Lockering next to Mark Gastineau, I just know the way the reporters crowd around certain guys' locker room after the game. You must have been elbowed out of the way several times after games on Sunday, I would think.
Yeah, they usually took my locker and my chair and told me to get out of the way. That or to get them some water. Right. But Mark is probably one of the funniest guys I've ever been around and played with, and just the best athlete. So great guy. I wished him better when he was going through his woes at the end of his career, but I hear he's doing great, and I just think the world of him.
Yeah, dude put big in big hair, didn't he?
He did.
Right.
So who's got better hair, me or Pete Carroll?
Well,
go ahead.
You're sitting next to me.
Yeah, once the camera stops rolling. Nick, why don't you just talk about what you'll be doing Sunday and bringing Ryan into it? You're a celebrity judge for a very big event here in town.
It is. It's. My wife and I say it every year. It's our favorite day of the year. We not only the camaraderie with guys like Ryan and Jay Riley and Todd Morton, and the cause, which is dear to our hearts, but we get to go there, and I think I'm so blessed to be one of the judges, 16-something years, We go in each firehouse, and I'll let Ryan get into the structure of it, but we get to taste the chili and judge it, and we have chef from Morton's there, helping us and teaching us what we should look for. And it is just a great day. Folks from all over, not only Sarasota County, but south and north come. There's always a great group of celebrity judges. Bob Harrigan's always emceeing it. And it truly is one of the best family days of the year in Sarasota.
All right, so Brian, tell us a little bit about the cause and the Firehouse Chili Cook-Off.
Yeah, it's
right?
Morton's Firehouse Chili Cook-Off. 16 years ago, Morton's came up with an idea to give back to the community, and like I tell all the firemen, it's not our event. We're just a pretty face. Morton's does all the hard work, and that organization is amazing. But what we do is we get 15 firehouses, and it goes all the way from Charlotte County. We got Charlotte, Boca Grande, Northport, Englewood, Nokomis, and Southern Manatee, and then the rest are made up of local Sarasota County. So you got Station 1, Station 11, Station 5, and it, like Nick was saying, the competition is ridiculous. It is. I literally had to go and beg somebody to bring chili for you guys because nobody wants to give it out. It is crazy how competitive it is, and they talk all year long. They beat each other up all year long about who's going to win, and unfortunately, Northport has won like the last 3 years. They just gave me the trophy back, so their name's not even on the thing, but I'm sure they'll probably be on there again. They spent a lot of time making their chili. It's been almost a week doing it.
Now, do all firehouses make huge vats of chili? Are you the cook for Station 1?
I am not the cook at Station 1. One of the guys, Paul Kurtz, is the cook for Station 1, but they have to make 25 gallons of finished product. And you tell them
beans or no beans?
That would fill about 10 campfires back in the old West.
That's what I told them. I said, they'll spend $500-600 on this chili out of their own pockets alone.
Really? Wow.
So if they didn't put beans in it, it would be close to $1,000 realistically, because beans are a filler, and that's what we all traditionally know chili as. There'll be some that don't. There's some teams that they really get 15-20 guys, and everybody pitches in $100 or whatever, and then it's competitive.
25 gallons of chili, that's a big room clearer.
Finished product, yeah. I mean,
we've seen white chili, we've seen chicken chili, we've seen ice cream chili.
Ice cream chili, yeah.
Oh, you're going to be kidding me.
We've seen
served cold, hopefully.
We've seen
it was ice cream.
Yeah, soft
It was
serve.
ice cream. It was ice cream that tastes like chili.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
Like
it
in a
was
cone,
good.
like
It
in a
was
waffle
bizarre.
cone or
Right,
regular
but
cone?
it's served.
Everybody gets 2 ounces of chili, so
really?
it was in a 2-ounce
and
ramekin.
we judged it for what it was.
Now, why does Northport keep winning this thing? It's because of the meat they use?
Yeah,
I'm really curious about
I've tried
this.
to ask him. My brother's a lieutenant down there, and everybody says I fix it every single year, but I ask them. They tell me their only main ingredient is beef tenderloin, and they slow cook it, and he says it takes them about a week to make the chili. So they spend time, and it obviously shows. They win.
It is delicious.
All right, so tell us when and where, and if people want to show up, can they still do that?
Absolutely. It's this Sunday at 2 o'clock at Morton's Market, which is Osprey Hillview, 1924 Osprey Ave. Tickets are $10. You get 30 ounces of chili, if you can imagine. It's almost the size.
So you can sample
You sample all 15 teams for $10. Every team will give you 2 ounces of chili. It ends up being 30 ounces of chili, which is a big goal. I mean, just so everybody knows how big that is. It's a lot of chili. I mean, and then we have the Daisy Dukes band, and then we do this opening ceremonies right before the event, to where we honor the fallen firefighters that have fallen before us. And like Nick was saying, it's an honor to have Nick there, but it's a good time.
Yeah.
It
You
really
guys
is.
are going to have a porta potty set up, hopefully.
We got a lot of those. I know for a fact. We ordered 10 of them.
Wow. Which you know by asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the proceeds, where do those go?
They go back to the Firefighters Benevolent Fund, which is a local organization. It's comprised of all firefighters, all Sarasota County firefighters. We all pay out of our own pockets to fund this, but these little things help be able to give back a little bit more. Year to date, we've given over $600,000 back to the community. It's not just for firefighters, it's for anybody. If somebody's house catches on fire, we can donate a little bit of money, or somebody needs books for school or book bags. We're 500 members, and you know how the fire department is. Everybody knows a fireman, so everybody asks a fireman. Rather than us reach in our pockets every time somebody needs something, we have a fund to where we have the ability to give back. We also do scholarships. We do a lot of stuff for the community and for ourselves. As
You know, you're making me hungry. I mean, we really got to sample this stuff. Maybe we can go to the picks after that. I mean, this is
Yeah, go
staring
ahead.
me in the face.
Go ahead.
And like I said, this is,
This is the winning, right?
and I don't want to say my station, but this is down there. Nick will have enough of it. Nick doesn't
Yeah,
need
that's
it
right.
today.
I'm good. Right away.
Chef John Teich from Morton's assists the teams cooking, gives them ideas, because when you start making 25 gallons of chili, it's not just adding a little bit here, a little bit there. There's a science to it. So this is kind of a cross between his assistants and my stations, and so it's
In the Fernandes household, this has been Christmas dinner many days. I'll tell you, this is my own personal
And
preference.
stretch it through New Year's, too.
25 gallons.
Tomatoey. This is which I love.
Yep.
Very tomatoey, very meaty. What do you think?
I like it.
It is good.
Got a little depth on the chili
Yep.
powder.
Oh, yeah.
Little depth in there, little.
And like I
little
said,
wang.
I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, they're
This was
pulling
just,
out all the terms.
Yeah, wang,
Depth
wang,
on
chili.
flavor.
Yeah, what the wang is.
I have before my teams, all the teams say I'm cheating. I had nothing to do with this chili.
Wait a minute, I saw you open up a can of Hormel's back there. Are you sure this is the
Staghorn, right?
winning? Well, I'm
All
going
right.
to be out there because the Bucks don't play Sunday. It's a
Yep.
great event.
And
It's great to
that's
be
one
out
of the
there.
main reasons we do it on these weekends. And you'll see every single year it rotates. It's never on the same weekend, and we go off of the Bucks schedule. We've done it one year on the Bucks
that's
when the
good.
Bucks played, and it was our worst turnout. We'll have 2,500 to 3,000 people.
Yeah.
Well,
So
wait a
the-
minute. This season, you could have it on the Bucks game, and you'd have the greatest turnout ever.
But see, we
I mean-
plan months in advance,
Wow.
hoping,
McCurdy's is open all week.
hoping.
So he will be there. He'll be there with his fiance. He'll be saying, "Baby, we're going to go somewhere real special."
Right.
Real special.
What are you bringing a napkin for? You'll understand. Hey, let's go over the picks and maybe get
All
these
right.
guys input.
All
We
right.
were
So good
5-1
luck with
last
the
week.
event. Thanks.
Thank
for
you
coming.
very much.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
All right,
us.
so here we go. Venice at Braden River, big showdown, district foes. I'm taking Venice.
I've got to go for Venice.
All right,
Venice.
Yeah, Dennis.
running the table.
Yeah, sure.
Charlotte down at North Fort Myers. I'm going to go with Charlotte because last time I picked against Charlotte, I got
Right.
waxed.
Charlotte.
I'd say North Fort Myers.
Okay, Charlotte's scoring 40. This is going to be a great game. This is
It'll
their
be a
first
big
tough
I
test
got
of
to
the
change
year.
it up a little
There
bit.
you go.
All right, this is another big one. Michigan at Michigan State. I'm going to take the Spartans.
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Wow. Harbaugh, 3 straight shutouts. Michigan State, 10 in a row at home. I got to go with Harbaugh. Just a little nuggets of knowledge and maybe influence when you make
Very,
later
very
on
little
pick.
nuggets. All right,
nudge me.
Florida at LSU. Florida without its quarterback at LSU. I'm taking the Bengal Tigers of Baton Rouge.
LSU. Death Valley.
Same. LSU.
Yeah, LSU here.
All right. Some team from New England at the Indianapolis Colts. It pains me to say New England.
New England.
New England.
The Patriots continue their revenge tour against the team that fingered them unfairly.
Yes.
Colts, Patriots, all the way.
Yeah, they wrapped their fingers around the deflated ball.
I forgot
What
about
they
that.
did, yeah.
Did they put air in? They put air in footballs, huh?
All right, and finally, the Philadelphia Eagles. Chili's catching up with me at the New York Giants. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
I got to go with the Giants at home.
Giants.
Tom Barwin's kid plays for the Eagles. The city manager.
yeah.
I'm going to go with the Eagles in this also.
All right.
Big game.
All right, fellas, thank you very much. Again, good luck with the
Thank you.
event.
Thank
you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
Actually, we're taking a bye week next week. Bye week next week.
Yeah, you're on assignment.
Yeah.
So you
Actually,
won't be here.
You should have had the chili cook-off when we're on a bye week.
Right?
You tell people either you have to stay at home and watch this or. And they, all right, thanks again. See you.